Welcome back to the ASUS ROG DreamLeague. We're back in the Monster Energy DreamHack studios. The second series of the day, which was 4 Clovers and a Leprechaun taking on Ninjas in Pajamas. And it was a bit of a quiet early game, which personally I thought was in favor of NiP. And then all of a sudden, I think 4 Clovers thought it's time to fight. And they never let go.
I think when you have a stand-in and you switch positions like that, like Sexy Bamboo playing the off-lane Earthshaker usually gets an early blink dagger. But in this game, it took him a little bit longer. But the second he did, all of a sudden the tempo of the game completely changed.
I mean, it took him longer to get the blink, but once he got the blink, he played the exact same way.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Which is, I'm going to go in, drop some spells, force staff out, don't focus me, and then come in again. That's how exactly how he played the Tiny. So it's like, it's the same thing, whatever.
What went wrong with your boys there? You went 2-0 NiP. It's no longer possible. Your 100% rate out of the window.
This is the second time now today we've seen how good Bane is against LC. The LC still actually got a lot done in that game. There were a couple of really good duels, a couple of really good initiations. They sort of, I can't say shut down the Doom, but they had a couple of key initiations that killed the Doom before the fight. But there were an equal amount of times, if not more, where the Bane is able to just drop a Nightmare and then LC is just standing there. What do I do now? It's just such an effective counter to that hero. But it seemed like the Slark is really where they fell short. I mean, at the end of the game, Era just had no damage. He felt cornered to go for this defensive build. Lincoln's drums right into Lincoln's, BKB, and then Blink. At the end, even when he was in the fights, it seemed like he was just hitting for kittens.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. Pikecat again, though. Because I'm not... How hard does a kitten hit?
Not hard enough.
Depends. Well, they can't hit very hard, but they sometimes have very sharp teeth.
I would imagine a Murloc with a Shiv should do a bit more damage than a kitten. That's
fair enough.
Yeah, Pikecat again, though. Like, he had the roughest early game start. Like, when Quap got them 2 points in Dagger, like, he had to buy tangos, he had to like play so defensive in lane. But because of the way the team played it around him, like, they constantly protect Pikecat, and he gets back into the game, and he's really solid.
That's pretty normal, though. When does Invoker ever win a level 1?
Yeah, but sometimes it's a lot of people struggle after you're so under level, especially against a lot of burst damage like Queen of Pain and stuff like that. It's tough.
Yeah, they also had a good team to make the Invoker work. You've got a Clockwork as well as a Bane who can lock people in place, set up for pretty easy zone strikes. Yeah, and the Earthshaker as well. Really well-rounded on that front.
Well, it is time to see what clips Lumi has selected for us to watch in the Luminous analysis.
I believe the name of this clip by Scriff is called A Long Ass Fight. So it's a long clip. Let's get into it. All right.
Good name.
So Doom is an issue, right? Doom is a guy that you have to focus a bit at the beginning of the fight. So they do. They do kill the Doom very quickly, but the problem is the fact that they have to throw everything on the Doom.
And then still barely kill him.
Okay, so producer is telling me to draw, right? But I will draw, but not right now. There will be a point where I stop to draw. So Scriff, after the fissure come out from Rubik. All right, stop, hammer time. Okay, so welcome to professional Dota, where you have no idea what the hell's going. Look at this. You have a Rubik, or no, you have a Rubik fissure here. You have an Earthshaker fissure. You have an Ice Wall. So this is like, can we make a World War II reference? Like, what kind of this?
Trench war.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I don't even know, right? So. Okay, so what happened next after all this random chaos is that... No, keep pausing. Okay. Limp is going to blink in YOLO, right? Because it's like, look, all the stuns are gone, which is going to be great for 4C&L, because how's the rest of NiP going to go through? There's an ice wall that you can't walk through, right? There's no more blinks left because they use all their blink to initiate. So let's unpause. Limp is going to blink in, and the rest of his team cannot catch up. Also, very good micro by Pikecat here, sticking the 2 mana burn creeps on Handskin. Look at his mana bar. It's just going to drop to nothing. Essentially making him basically a melee creep, right? So Limp goes in, do some work, and his carry Era is forced to go in as well. They get to trap into this cog, and then they essentially die. Again, in a very chaotic fight like this, basically all you want are the strongest heroes. Heroes that could do a lot of damage and do it very quickly, like Earthshaker.
Yeah, Sexy Bamboo over here.
Right, he's gonna basically go invis, I believe, and survive.
Yeah, he has a Shadow Blade.
And then make still a big play to help
Exactly.
out.
Conversely, you don't want heroes that have BKB and Lincolns, and what is it, hitting for kittens? Something like that?
Yeah.
So you can see that era. Yeah, sure, he's not being focused by Doom, but does 4CL actually care?
All the little minions as well made like a buffer on the high ground there, so they couldn't actually get through.
Again, on the backline, look at Earthshaker, right?
No
like
escape.
He doesn't die. He's just there to do work. And Johannes Fan says, "All right, man, I got a man fight."
I'm stuck.
It's really nice when you have heroes like Doom as well as Earthshaker on your side, because PyCat never got initiated on really. Like his positioning was really good, but also 4CL had really high priority target that needs to be focused. So a lot of credit goes for PyCat for playing well, obviously, but his teammates really bought him the space. Now this is a standard Bambo play, like he wants to go for the kill,
And 200
and then
HP.
he dies. Now at the end of this fight, still it was a 4CL loss. It was 3-2 in favor of NiP, but that kind of fight just shows you what kind of attention that Doom needs to draw.
Yeah.
I'm sure that one fight was NiP advantage, but it was really close. And all the other fight that Doom was focused, he just took way too much damage to kill. And eventually the Invoker, the Earthshaker, as well as the Clockwork just kind of took over.
Yeah.
So next game, what does NiP need to do? How are they gonna still win? So because you now by default you're now still expecting NiP to win the next game.
Well, I have to, right? I said easy 2-0. They
Yeah.
lost the first game, so I got to stick true to my guns. I think 1-1 is pretty reasonable, though. That was what Lumi said when we first went into it. This is now the second time we've seen this safe lane Doom. I'll be honest, I was super skeptical when we saw it the first time. I was super skeptical when we saw it the second time, and it seems to be quite strong. I mean, is it coming to the point where it's worthy of a ban? Should NiP consider just taking him out of the pool and letting through one of the notorious scary heroes like a Storm or a Lesh or something like that?
I mean,
I'm not sure if we're gonna see a Storm at all.
yeah, I mean, Storm isn't that just right into the Doom's trap? Or are you saying ban the Doom and let something strong go
Yes,
through?
exactly, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like one of those first ban heroes gets through.
Yeah, I think he's worthy of a first ban. In the past, many times, most teams that's first ban it. What's that Alliance meme? Like, you don't ban the Doom because you think you could counter it?
Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, technically there are counters, right? For example, Ancient Apparition
Somewhat.
Ice Blast. You Ice Blast him and
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good. Like honestly,
like
I
you
think
get rid of regen. But essentially, Doom doesn't care if he's Ice Blast. He will gladly trade a Doom, like his death for your highest net worth. Because that's how the hero works. He dooms one of your guys. So you could kill me. I've done my job.
he's also very good at keeping up in farm when he's going to gank as well, because
Sure,
of the Devourer. You know what I mean? Like other cores suffer when they gank too much and it fails, but he can continue farming like just with one creep.
And something that Andy said during the cast as well, even if he has a crappy laning stage, which he did this
Yeah.
game, he'll still come back. He'll still be able to catch up because of the Devour, because of him just being able to
I
farm
think
real
the
fast
big problem-
and being useful in fights.
Against 4 Clovers is actually the Earthshaker. You need to get rid of that in the first stage or pick it.
It's such a comfort hero for them.
They play it so well.
I completely agree with that. That has been a key hero for them. So, in all of this like hot streak that they've been on, it seems like Earthshaker is, if you don't ban it out, they will just take it right away.
Who are you gonna let through?
Maybe okay. So I think they banned Darkseer and Bounty Hunter and stuff like that.
The previous game, NiP banned Darkseer and Bounty Hunter. Yeah, you're right.
So I think letting Bounty through and just having good mid control, with the Sentry Wards and stuff like that, I think is very important. And also the way Ninjas and Pajamas play, they could put more focus on the mid lane with Bounty Hunter. It could be like if they first pick it, it could work better.
I actually think that they kind of drafted into 4 Clover's style. 4 Clover loves to fight, so they're thinking, okay, let's draft a Slug to fight against them. Why don't you just go the other direction? Like, you like to fight? Great, that's good for you. We're going to farm. I think that's where NiP is most comfortable at. I want to repeat myself. At the beginning, I said NiP wants to win the game 40 minutes in with a huge goal lead on something like anti-mage. You have a support Coddle to back you up. Global TPs. They could push without TP, split push a lot. That kind of style, I think, really does well against 4 Clover, provided if you win the early game. And I think they should farm more than fight more.
I think what they were lacking in that game was the early game damage. Like Slark, for example, with his defensive build, couldn't do anything. But a hero like, I'm going to say it again, Gyrocopter in that game could have been huge.
Yeah.
You come to the fight early, all you need is like phase boots and maybe a drum. Like
Would be ready to fight earlier than the Slark, that's
Exactly,
for sure.
yeah.
I want
Last thought
to
before
see
we
Bat
begin?
Rider, Lifestealer out of NiP. I want to see some Infest
Alright.
bombs. That's what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
Well, we're going to find out real soon. Before we go into the match, please also go to facebook.com/ROG Nordic, where you have a chance to win a motherboard or motherboat. It is a motherboard, though, from ASUS, and you can win it by leaving a comment with the best hero of this week's league play. And then at the end of this week, it will be Sayori selecting the hero that actually was the best hero, that he thought was the best hero of this week's league play. Also, of course, giving your motivation for why you think that hero is the best. For now, let's go back into the series. It is 4 Clovers and a Leprechaun taking on Ninjas in Pajamas by Owen and Andy.